Okay, welcome back to Football Manager 2023. It has been a while. We are pretty much exactly 1 year removed from the last time you saw us. We did our last match on the 10th of March 2027. It is now the 8th of March 2028. Immediately after that, we lost to Djurgårdens in the cup final, which just feels like it happens all the time now. We drew City in the Champions League, and I just thought, there's no point. There's no world in which we're going to beat them. I think we honestly did pretty well to only lose 7-3 across the two legs. I feel like we got kind of lucky in these two games. They're just so far, but we're never ever going to beat them. Maybe in like 2050 or something, but not anytime soon. Now, there is so much to cover. A lot of this episode is going to be basically going back over what's happened and the transfers. There have been a lot. Some will not be popular, and look, we're just going to have to come to accept that. So we will quickly run through Allsvenskan. As you can see, pretty good. Beat Dunajska Streda in the third qualifying round. Now, you might think that's not a great result. We didn't go full strength for it. It was kind of, we were obviously going to win. Anderlecht beat them pretty easily, won 8-0 in our Svenska Cupen game. Hammarby, again, we literally have not lost a game since Man City, and we didn't lose a game until we played Man City again. Lost 4-1 this time. We literally went completely unbeaten between our two games with Man City. Nobody else could beat us. And then I think nobody else did beat us the entire year. Did we lose someone before Man City? So the only teams that beat us all year, Celtic beat us, but that was not over two legs. Djurgårdens beat us in the cup semi-final, and then Man City beat us 3 times. Other than that, we were pretty good. We got a 0-0 draw with Juventus, which was kind of amazing. Beat Villarreal 3-2 away. Beat PSV 5-2, kind of thrashed them. And what you've probably noticed, we went unbeaten in the Allsvenskan. We won by a lot, I think. I think we confirmed this pretty early on. We go to stages. We won by 22 points in the end. 26 wins, 4 draws, scored 98, conceded 21. So our goal difference was more than twice as good as the next best. Yeah, good season. I don't even know if we can see awards. Anthony won Player of the Year. In fact, we won it for Samuel Leach-Holm won it. Good for him. I didn't remember that. I think I literally win Manager of the Year every year. Rookie of the Year went to not one of our players for the first time. I didn't know that, but fair enough. So Team of the Year, Bergvall, Anthony, Gonzalez, Ndai, Lutiger, Nwosu, and Eriksson. Now, important to know, Eriksson was not on our team last year, but we will get to that. That's a spoiler. What else can we look at? Goalkeeper of the Year was Nwosu, as we saw. First time we've actually won that one, weirdly. And third place, that was actually almost exclusively for, as you can see, Nwosu only played 16 times and Brolin played 20 times. That's another spoiler for a player that we signed. We kind of just went back and forth between them after I signed Nwosu. No defender in Defender of the Year. Midfielder of the Year was Anthony, followed by Gonzalez, followed by Bergvall. Forward of the Year, Andres Eriksson. Again, not for us. No, it was for us. Oh yeah, we had him all of last. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up of when things happened. Sorry, that was for us. We signed him last season, not this season. I've confused myself there. Yes, no, Andreas Eriksson did play for us last season, and you're probably seeing the thing that's worrying, and we will get to it. Did we win Goal of the Year? I think we've never won it. No, we still have not won it. That's fine. Does this make a difference? Oh, right, we get to see. So Bergvall finished second, so good for him. Young Player of the Year. That's going to be a trio for us. Eriksson, Bergvall, Kasula. Top goal scorer, again, Eriksson and Anthony, first and second. I think that's all of those. We did not, I think, have, or actually, I guess we're still in the Champions League. Out of interest, Seydou Traore's contract ran out, and I didn't notice, unfortunately. So, if I'd noticed, I would have tried to get him. But you'll note that I did get the extra 2 million for him, because I said, I suspect they're just going to let his contract run down and then not give him a new contract. Sometimes teams just kind of operate like that in this game. So Young Boys got him on a free, which, like, good for him, because I think, yeah, they're the best team in Switzerland, so that's pretty good move. Not had a great season, though. But that happens. I'm kind of worried. Our transfers, they've been big. They've been worrying. You probably saw a lot there. So, this was our last transfer in, I think, that you saw. Rafael Ludiger, you saw. We then signed Andreas Eriksson for 10.5 million. 10.5 million. I lost him. No, we're back to this season. Andreas Eriksson, 10.5 million. He's class. He's really good. Starting striker for Sweden. In fact, we've got a lot of the Swedish team now, which is cool. I sort of talked about how many issues we were having with homegrown players. So we did need some homegrown players, and he was one of them. God damn it, stop going to this. Eric Kohl, you saw, and Nicolas Page we're going to go for. You saw both of them. They were coming in on freeze. Then we got Alexander Hammer Kjelsen for centre-back. We were kind of running out of centre-backs. Again, we'll get to it. Really good physically. Good, just a good player. Really good player. God damn it. We signed Samuel Brolin for goalkeeper. He's gigantic. He's really good. He's not a traditional sweeper keeper, I wouldn't say. Not the fastest, but he's good. He's really good. I like him. And he's the Swedish starting goalkeeper. It may not seem like it, but he is. He's now the Swedish starting goalkeeper. We brought in Mauricio Yepes, who's right back. Good, kind of here, competition with Diop. He's mostly starting ahead of him. He can also play left back. Again, we'll get into it with the sales. He's really good. Bruno Biden. I don't know how to say his name, but we brought him in on loan from Man City. He's Brazilian, but he signed for Skovda in 2023 and then played for Malmo. So he's homegrown in Sweden because he's trained here between 18 and 21. Then signed for Man City for 2 million. We brought him in on loan and then signed for 6 million because that's what they wanted, and we got a really good homegrown player, so I will take it. The outgoing transfers. Most of these are loans. Kasula to Chelsea, you know. I can't remember if you know Malakowski Thorell. Yes, you must, because that's January. These are all January. So these are going to be the first ones you haven't seen. These guys out on loan. Frederick Nissen to Al Nassr. I don't know why, but he wanted to go. They came in with an offer and he wanted to go. And to be honest with you, we got 4 better centre-backs than him. He wasn't our best centre-back. Not really even close. I didn't want him to go. Obviously, I would have kept him. I would have been happy to keep him, keep playing him. But he wanted out, and that's just the way things go sometimes. So Nissen left. Then, surprisingly, for 1.2 million, which I thought was really good, Theo Bergvall left to AIK. That one I was kind of fine with. We got Lucas back. Lucas is the important one. We'd brought in Yepes, who is really good at right and left back, so we didn't really need him. But that is 2 homegrown players gone. Calendar, that's fine. Melander, fine. Carlson Nordstrom went out on loan to Häcken. I can't remember if that was permanent. Oh my god, this was embarrassing. Crystal Palace came in with another offer. And at this point, we'd signed Andreas Eriksson. Muller wanted out. We were never going to get a good fee for him. It was sort of like, do I just keep him and have him as a bench player? Because, obviously he's played unbelievably, but Andreas Eriksson is 18 and probably needs to play to develop. And Muller's hit his peak. So I just decided, you know what, let's let Nikolai go and play in the Premier League. And you know what, he's played a little bit. He played 20 games last season, mostly off the bench. 19 times off the bench, but that's still kind of cool. He's a bench player in the Premier League. So good for him. So that happened. You're probably seeing that the team has kind of been torn apart. After Muller, Kostic went out on loan. That was fine. Doucouré went out. Oh, Doucouré went permanently, apparently. I kind of forgot that. To Göteborg. So good for me. I think we made a profit on that one. What did I sign Doucouré for? Free. I signed him for free. There you go. Nice profit on Doucouré. We got Camden out on loan. Abramson for 2.3 million. How did I sign or sell Abramson for as much as Muller and Nissen put together? I don't know. But Alain really wanted him. Like, he's the worst of the three and the oldest by far, but somehow we got 2.3 million for Abramson. Again, didn't really want to let him go, but at 2.3 I did want to let him go. Sidclev went to Häcken for 725,000. Hussein Ali Hussein to Elfsborg for 450,000. These are just a matter of two guys who are good, but never going to make it into our team. Like, realistically, I like this guy. He played a little bit for us. He's fast. He's never going to get into our team realistically, and he can go and have a good career at another club. That brings us to this year. Let's start with the outgoings first. Marlon Torres, back to Colombia, I assume? Yeah, back to Colombia. He was, 31? Wasn't too bothered with losing him. We brought in some better centre-backs, which we will get to. So that was fine. And Mvue, he wanted to leave. I don't know why. That was just on him. I'm kind of fine with it. Again, we've got a lot of good centre mids now. He wanted out. This was a conversation between me and Marian Kostic. I would have kept him forever if he had wanted it. But he came to me and he was like, look, I don't think I'm like good enough to be playing here. And I want to like keep playing. I want to play regularly. So I would like you to sell me and we can end this on good terms. And I was like, well, that is absolutely fine. That sounds good with me. So I let him go to Eskilstuna in the Superettan, and I hope he absolutely kills it. These are loans of players we brought in. We will get to them when we go to our signings. Luxembourg, I don't really know who that is. He's like a youth centre-back, I think. Nelen, I'm still kind of hoping Nelen gets good, but sort of losing hope in that. So this is kind of his last chance. He'll probably be sold next summer. Where are we? Smeds to Dortmund. This one was weird because 10.5 million is a lot. And you'll notice he is still here. He came back on loan. This one... So he's good. He is really good. I don't think he's as good as Eriksson, but he is good. And so I didn't want to sell him, but Porto came in with an offer for like 2 million. No, it wasn't. It was like 1.5 rising to 3. And I was like, not really. But then I managed to get a 50% of next sale included, and I was like, okay, well that's probably not that bad, because I don't really see him breaking into the team right now. He could get there, but I'm looking for kind of, for now, just like, let's make this team really good. And then Dortmund came in with an offer, and it was better, it was much better, and I got 50% of next sale, and then Porto came in with a better, and eventually I got up to, I believe this is not only 10.5 million, and 50% of next sale. Which for a guy that I'm not like massively planning to use right now, he's really good. But I'm not too bothered by it. And we've got him back on loan for the season. These are all loans. And that's it. So that's it for outgoings. As far as ingoings, this... when I look at this number, this is mostly just because we had so much money to spend. But when I look at that number, it's very confusing compared to Mantia. But so this is Kabir Uja, who's good, and potentially going to be really, really good. He's 20. Again, this one feels like maybe a mistake. Hopefully he gets very good, because we also signed Mantia for 1.5 million, who's like the same age and a lot better. So I I look back on this one and I'm like, what was I think? I think at this point I'd sold Nissen and Abramson. I was just like running out of centre backs and needed to sign somebody good. Stanley Francis, this is just a young right back who will actually be homegrown, which again, that's a problem we have, but he came to Sweden in 2026. It's 2028 now and he's still only 20, so I think he will be homegrown by the end of this season because he's on loan at Göteborg. That's kind of why we got him. Borzi, kind of the same thing, decent centre back who will be homegrown. Because he's been at AIK since 2026. So we're just kind of trying to bring in young players who will be homegrown. Vegard Jorstad. I kind of wish I hadn't loaned him back to Bodo Glimt because he's class. This is maybe the best signing we've made. He looks really good. He's 18. he's just really good. I don't really know what else to say. He looks like he's going to be great. Smeds, we got back in on loan, and then Jefferson Mantilla, you've seen. Already 5 caps for Colombia, he's 20. Physically, very, very good. Good heading, good marking, good tackling, even good passing, teamwork, positioning, work. He's just good, like, across the board, and he's 20. So he is very, very good, and either-footed. It's like one of the best players we've signed, and he only cost 1.5 million, because that was his, or 1.8 million was his release clause. So that is the team. That was a lot, but now an update on where we are this year, because we haven't even started that yet. We lost to Chelsea, and then we beat Leipzig in our last 2 Champions League games, a few friendlies, and then we demolished Östersunds, Gash, and Vernamo. We have not really played our full... This was probably a mistake. Our full team hasn't really played at all. Like, they've been in... they played bits of these games, because I really just wanted to keep them fit for the Champions League. So, we've got Shakhtar in the round of 16, which I feel very good about. Oh, round of 16 because we finished in the top 8, by the way. Just scraped top 8. We got 7th. 16 points. We just finished out of Celtic, Atletico, which obviously really good. We beat Leipzig, PSV, Villarreal, Copenhagen, and Besiktas. Drew with Juve, lost to Chelsea and City. I mean, this game, like, the English clubs just have a lot of money. They're tough to beat. In the round of 16, we have Shakhtar. So far, the only results are Atletico knocked out Inter, and Lille knocked out Liverpool, which is big. Celtic are currently 2-0 up on Marseille. Milan are currently 1-0 up on Chelsea. These two actually have happened. They were both 0-0, surprisingly. And then we're the last 2 to play. I think it's also the second leg for these 2 games today. So that's where we're at. This is currently like a good-looking Champions League lot for us, because like Lille are probably not amazing. Like, they're really good, but they're more beatable than, like, Man City, Real Madrid, Chelsea, pretty much any English team. I mean, they're way better than us, obviously, but they're at the level that we probably can beat them. Who else is left? Is there any match between 2 teams that either would be fine? I don't think... We could beat Arsenal, maybe, but I think it's unlikely. We like that Bayern and Man City are playing each other, because that's 2 teams we can't beat. Celtic Marseille, for example. I think we could beat either of those. With a bit of luck, but I think we could beat either of them. Maybe, probably not Atletico. But there's like a route to the final for us in this, I think. But yeah, let's get going with the first leg. So this is our current starting lineup. We have Samuel Brolin in goals. We have Mauricio Yepes at right back, Amadou Ndiaye at left back. We have Mantilla and Lutiger as our new centre back pairing. We have Bruno Biden and Lucas Bergvall in the centre. We've kind of switched the wings for these 2, so they're playing with their good foot cutting in. So we've got left-footed Gonzalez on the right, right-footed Anthony on the left, Curtis Jones through the centre, and Andreas Eriksson up top. I don't know if they're good. They've got Manor Solomon, Pedrinho, Lassina Traore. They've got a good team. Matt Vienko's still there. I'm sure it's a good team. I think they'll probably beat us here, but hopefully only by 1. I think we can beat them at home, so let's see how this goes. Okay, there has not been a highlight yet, but we've had the majority of the shots so far. Ndiaye to Anthony, through to Jones. Can we make something here? Back to Jones, Bergvall, across to Biden. Oh, that was a good chance. Ooh, okay. Not been super exciting first half, and now we've got an injury. That's like literally probably our best bench player though. So if we had to have an injury in one position, that's probably the one to get it in. So far, super even game. 0.55 to 0.59. They've had 1 yellow card. Not much going on so far. Highlight right before half time. Marlon to Macon, to Solomon, through to Traore. We got to stop this. Good save. Okay, I think I hit him on the way back. Don't go. Okay, I feel like this isn't a corner, but also you're 7'5". Go and claim this. Bergvall heads it behind. Okay. Weirdly, Nwosu was quite short and incredible at claiming corners. I feel like Brolin has not been as good at claiming them, even though he's literally 6'7", I think. That is a weird end to the half, but 2 yellow cards for them, 1 injury for us. Pretty even overall. They had 1 good chance at the end, but looking good so far. A draw is pretty damn good for us, so I'm not going to complain. Solomon to Tobias, and Dye wins that. Okay, Eriksson. Can't quite get there. Bloss, and Dye gets that. Anthony to Kovalenko, out to Ndai. Ndai to Anthony. Go, 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 go. Give it. Oh, you don't need to run with that. Okay, that's fine. Brolin, I was about to make some subs, but we got a free kick, so let's see what happens. Biden to Mantia. Mantia to Gonzalez, to Kovalenko. Picks out his man. Eriksson. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he went for the chip. That was onside for sure. Okay. I don't know why he went for the chip here. This was incredibly bold. Assist by Kovalenko. Great ball through. And then he goes for the little dink back over him. Oh my god. Eriksson is so good. Unbelievable goal. Okay, good start. Okay, we've made a few subs. We have both of our wingers off because they were not playing great and they were also kind of tired. Don't be a red card, please. Okay. I thought it was going to be a red card. We also got Carl on for Ndai, but it's just one sub left for us. Okay, into stoppage time. No highlights, please. There we go. Okay, I was not expecting to win this game. I would have been very happy with a draw, but we outplayed them. Got a good goal through Eriksson. And won the game. Good game for Brolin as well. Mantia played well. And Dye played well. Really good centre mids. Great game. Yeah, we'll take that. Kovalenko, man of the match off the bench. Fair play. Shout out to Curtis Jones for hopefully not getting too seriously injured. Very good for us. I like it. Elsewhere, 0-0 draw between Leipzig and Arsenal, which we like. Ideally, Leipzig go through that. We've beaten them before. It was a tough game, but we actually played really well. So I think... We played well against Arsenal too, though, but I think Leipzig are probably the easier team to beat, even though they've won the Champions League in this game. So that one is absolutely fine with us. Okay, comebacks in both of these games, though. Chelsea come back to knock out Milan in stoppage time. No, on penalty, sorry. And Marseille come back to knock out Celtic. We've beaten both of these teams. Chelsea is not going to be easy if we draw them. Really hope to avoid them. I would have rathered Milan go through. That would have been better for us, because I think, I mean, they've got De Ketelaere, like, I'm sure their team is good. Who wants him? City? Chelsea. Like, their team is pretty good. Tonali's okay. De Ketelaere, he's okay. Parisi? He's alright. So they're okay. You know, they're not the best team, but it's going to be hard whoever we get. But I would have rathered Milan to Chelsea, I think. Jones out for 3 to 4 weeks. We do not love that, but that's fine. Ludiger got suspended. That's not great, but we can work through. We got other good centre-backs. So, very good first leg for us. Okay, we've got our Svenska Cupen semi-final against Malmo. A few things here to point out. First of all, Karen McLean saying I think that's our best team with our legitimate second team on the pitch. Our assistant manager is saying we should go hard when tackling Stephen Vue, which, sure. We've gone for pretty much a complete backup team. Starters, we got Lutiger in because he's suspended for the Champions League game, so we may as well play him here. Brolin, because we literally don't have a second keeper. We've loaned them all out or sold them. Mohamed Zadeh, and Kovalenko at centre mid. Pettersson, Arfanis, and Smeds at left wing, centre attacking, and right wing, and then Page up front. Page has scored in like every game in this competition so far, so expecting more of that. If we lose this, not the end of the world. I hope we can win it though. We haven't won the Svenska Cupen in a few years. We should probably win it at some point. Okay, first highlight. 31 minutes in. Isaacson. Can we get a tackle in? Parente to have that's too long. Mvue tackled. Good work. Although I don't like that Mohamed Zadeh is already on a yellow and is the guy who's next to Stephen Mvue, because he's probably going to get sent off. But Malcolm Smeds in on loan. Kind of sad that he's going to be gone at the end of the season, but I mean, I don't really know. It feels like this can work out in our favor in many ways. Either he doesn't work out there and we get him back on the cheap, or he does work out there and he ends up going to like City for 100 million or something, and we get 50 million out of it. That would be nice, because we're never going to be able to sell a player for that much unless we literally like win the Champions League and make the Swedish division amazing. I just don't ever see us being able to sell a player for more than like 15 million. So maybe our best chance is to sell our good young players to clubs with 50% of next sale fees in there, because that would kind of work for us. Also, 1-0 at halftime. That's fine. Perfect. This is a sub team, so We'll probably try and get Kovalenko off. And he's kind of really the only starter other than Brolin who's likely to play the next game. So really just Kovalenko. Parente to Faria. Chipped over the top. Hugo wins it to Karl. Back to Ludiger, to Kovalenko, to Karl. This is the last play for Kovalenko. He's going to go off at the end of this. Pedersen. Penalty. Subs have just been made. Who's on the penalty? Okay, Page. 9th goal of the season? 9th goal of the season. Yeah, he's he's killed it in the Svenska Cupen. He is on a lot of goals. It's a great backup. We have good options kind of all over the pitch now. Page. Oh, that was close. I really don't feel like that's how you're supposed to say his name. But Pages definitely doesn't sound right. Larson. To Nanasi. Oh, that can't. Don't be red. Okay, that was a weird highlight then. Obert. To Isaacson. We win that. Pedersen. Play it back. Nope, tackled. Wins it back. Amadou to Kjelsen. Out to Amadou to Pedersen. Over the top gets to Page. Nope, not quite there. Diawara. Okay. Really, really easy for us. I don't think they had a highlight. Not that I can remember, at least. They kind of had the ball a bit, but I feel like most of their highlights were ones where they had it and then we won it back and attacked. Not a great showing from Malmo. That was our backup 11, so very good result. Very happy with that. 6.8 from Page is not great considering he scored, but that's fine. We win 2-0 onto the Svenska Cupen final, which is probably going to be against Djurgårdens based on how everything's gone. I don't even know if they're in the semis. I assume they are, though. Let's see. Restage. They are. They're playing Hammarby. They're probably going to win. Moment of truth. Is it going to be Djurgårdens? It's definitely going to be Djurgårdens. They are... they're like a level above everyone else now that isn't us. This is what the fans want to see. They want to see... Brommapojkarna versus Djurgårdens. That is the big clash in Sweden now. Okay, back to a full team for the second leg against Shakhtar. Ideally, we just kind of make this easy for ourselves, but I'm not sure that's how it's going to go. Only change, we've got Kovalenko back to centre mid, and we've pushed Bergvall up to centre attacking mid. Lutger is suspended, so Kjelsen goes in at right centre back, and we push Mantia over to the left. I think that's the only change from the first leg, so let's go win this. They're probably more used to the cold than many teams that we could be playing, but it looks like a cold one here in Sweden, so we need to take advantage of that. And Dye wins it to Anthony, lays it off to Biden. Biden, oh, he had a good chance in the last one as well. Pedrinho. Oh god, that was close. I thought that was in. Yepes, into Gonzalez, back to Yepes. Mauricio gets tackled, Solomon. To Kotsia. Kotsia through to Traore, Brolin gets there, good work. Lays it out to Kjelsen, to Kovalenko, to Yepes. Look how quickly we move up the pitch. Bergvall across to Biden, doesn't quite win it. Mantia gets it though. Biden to Anthony, to Ndai. Through to Bergvall, across. Gonzalez! Wait, for what? Oh, come on. Angulo to Bergvall. I don't know what... Okay, they keep on popping up that news. It says Gonzalez is fine. I'm not going to bring him off. Bergvall. In space again. He's doing very well in this game, getting into space. Ndai. To Bergvall. Back to Ndai. To Mantia. To Biden. Biden. Anthony. Gonzalez. We're kind of losing it. Half and then getting it back. Ndai. Gotta make a tackle here. Ooh. Offside? Wait, whose calf is strained? What's happening? Kind of lost track of what the commentators were talking about there. And Ndai gets back well. I think this is like Kovalenko maybe, who just loses his man. Oh, Kutsia, yeah, Kutsia's like dead on the ground. I see him now. That's not great. Oh god, that was weird. They changed their whole team around and it moved in the moment. Biden to Ndai. They've put the guy with a calf strain at centre back, like right there. Which seems to me like maybe not the best choice. That's the guy. That's Kotsia right here, right? So they put the injured guy here. Anthony just runs at him and he can't keep up. So I kind of question that management decision, but it's good for us, so I'm happy with it. Leave him there, please. Don't bring him off. Yepes. Into Kovalenko. Over to Anthony. He's looking for Kotsia. Look at 8. Look at 8. Okay. Solomon. To Tobias. To Marlon. Back to Solomon. Blas. Pedrinho. Get a tackle in. Traore. And you gotta make a tackle here. Manor Solomon is really good. Marlon. To Pedrinho. To Blas. To Traore. To Angulo. Get a block in. Don't foul. Get it out of there. Good work. Brolin to Mantia. To Biden. To Ndai. To Anthony. To Kovalenko. There's a lovely bit of play. Anthony. Out to Ndai. Solomon again. God, he is working hard. Yepes. Down the line. Down the line. Lovely. Bergvall. Eriksson. Fantastic. Okay. We good? No offsides? Okay. We're 3-1 up. And in the tie. 2-1 in the match. We're back to a bit of a comfort zone before halftime. Look at that for a ball. Finally, I mean, Bergvall has been finding that space all game on both sides. Like, just finding a spot where the fullbacks can play it into him. And he's played a lot of sort of lackluster balls across the box, but finally a good one. God damn it. Can we not just hold out till halftime? Godzilla, injured with no calf, gets his first goal. Yepes, I just credited you for a good pass. You gotta jump. Okay, well then we're back into an awful situation now where one goal kind of makes it uncomfortable, but still 3-2 up. Very even first half. Probably should be level. Probably not the best goalkeeping performances based on the XG, but yeah, they probably deserve the leveler there. Ndai, into Mantia, back to Brolin. Oh my god, I'm scared. Kelson, Kovalenko, Yepes. Bergvall wins it. Gonzalez. Back to Yepes. It's a terrible pass. Traore to Sudikov. Can we get a tackling? Good tackle, Kelson. Angulo. Kelson's there again. Yepes clears. Bergvall. Eriksson went a bit early. Couldn't kick him out. Back to Yepes. To Kovalenko. Look. Can't get it to him. Solomon. To Pedrinho. This is very back and forth. Mantia. Ndai. Over the top. Eriksson's got it that time. That's what you pay 10.5 million for. What a finish. That should be this match put to bed. Pedrinho through. Mantia reads it. To Ndai. Lovely ball over the top. One touch on the chest. Volley on the left foot into the top corner. What a goal that is. Is there a Champions League goal of the season? Because I feel like we might have just got it. Okay, highlight right towards the end now. Sudikov. As long as they don't score right now. Good save, Brolin. That could have made it a bit awkward with like probably 6 or 7 minutes to go with stoppage time. Tobias, 87 now. Voronin to Blast, to Matvienko. Angulo has it on the left. Sudikov. Get a tackle in. Good block. Kjelsen heads it clear. Back to Sudikov. Angulo. Good block, Yuja. He's a centre-back, so that kind of makes sense. He's playing centre-mid, though, because he can play there. Blas. Cross. Headed clear by Kjelsen. Back to Kozik. To Matvienko. To Blas. Sudikov. Just keep on blocking them. Solomon. Traore. That's offside for sure. That looked very far offside. Come on, ref. Tell him it's offside. That was offside. I've been lied to here. How is this not offside? Sudikov. Through to Solomon. I mean, that looked offside to me. I can't tell. Unless he could have been in line, I think he was offside. I think they're trying to cheat here. That's okay. As long as they don't cheat for another goal. 3-3 draw. That's fine. Andreas Eriksson, man of the match. We're through to the quarterfinal. We just need a good draw. Just don't give us... Okay, well, let's just see who the options are, because it could be a really good draw. It could be a terrible draw. There are like 3 teams that I think it's up in the air. So Arsenal do advance. That's not great. I would have rathered Leipzig, but Arsenal are one of those teams that it's like maybe we could beat them. That's not great, but that's fine. He'll be back. Eriksson, I can't even tell him anything. You were great. I appreciate it, but yeah, get treated, I guess. 2 very up in the air games here. Both were 0-0 in the first leg. This will determine the last 2 quarterfinalists. I actually don't know who all the other ones are. I know Lille got through. I can't really remember the rest. Marseille, Chelsea, Arsenal. Is that everyone? One more, I guess. I would love Porto to get through. The other one, Bayern are more beatable than Man City, for sure. Man City are probably the least beatable team in the game. So, Bayern and Porto, I guess, is who we're pulling for. Don't know that that's super likely. Yeah, no, that didn't feel like that was ever going to work in our favor there. Okay, so your final results. Chelsea beat Milan on penalties. Marseille beat Celtic on penalties. Atletico beat Inter 4-2. Lille beat Liverpool 4-2, City beat Bayern 2-0, Real beat Porto 6-0, Arsenal beat Leipzig 2-1, and we beat Shakhtar 4-3. So there is 2 teams that I think we would be favourites against. There are 2 teams that I think we'd have a very small chance against. And there are 3 teams that I think we have no chance against. I mean, a 2 in 7 chance isn't bad. 2 in 7's not terrible. 4 in 7's good. So, just let's hope for a French team. Because PSG aren't in it anymore, so cross your fingers for a French team. Okay. There was no draw for this. I've just seen this piece of news pop up in front of us. It's not exactly what we were hoping for. Okay. Well, I see another bit in there that I really don't like. Wait, is the other side of the draw just like everything that we want? So one side of the draw has Marseille, Lille, Atletico and Chelsea, and then we are on the side with Arsenal, City and Real? That hardly seems fair. Arsenal, City and Real? Can I just go back to the league phase? How is this fair? We're in with the 6th, 2nd and 1st teams, and yet somehow 10th, 17th, 5th, and I can't even remember who the 4th team is. Lille, where's Lille? 11th? This feels a bit unfair. We've been drawn in like the ridiculous half. Put us in with at least one of the others. At least replace Arsenal with Marseille. It seems worse, but it's much better. God damn it. Okay, that is going to do it for this episode. We will be back next time to try and take down Arsenal. Not feeling great about it. They are quite good, but as we've talked about before, they've not really signed a single player. The unfortunate thing is Arsenal have a very young squad, so even now their team is like late 20s, early 30s at the oldest. But this is basically just the current Arsenal team minus Bukayo Saka. Did they lose Martinelli? They lost Martin. Oh no, they didn't. He's right there. He's just injured. But that's good. If it's 3 weeks, he's going to miss both of our games. He's not going to miss our games. But look, maybe we just need to get lucky with some injuries. We're not going to beat this team like this. Ben White is playing defensive mid. Huh. Has he played for England at all? I feel like he does kind of in this game a little bit. Martinelli like never played for Brazil. He only got 18 caps. Seems a bit unfair. Saliba didn't really play for France. Zinchenko got 100 caps. Good for him. Yeah, we don't have a great chance, but we have like 1% of a chance. Not even. Like, we probably got 1 in 10 times I feel like we might beat Arsenal. So, you never know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.